So I've been keeping a little bit of a secret. A few weeks ago, I got to participate in the 20-acre island challenge hosted by Cozy Luke's. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the 20-acre island challenge is where a slumber island is divided into 20 squares for 20 different creators to build on. So once it's finished, it comes together as like a giant quilted island where everything seamlessly goes from one area to the next, but it is 20 different themes. Now that you know a little bit more about this challenge, let's go build my part of the island. Now that you know a little bit more about this challenge, the theme of my square is garden core, which I'm really excited about as gardens are on every single island I've ever built, and flowers are my favorite in-game thing, so I'm kind of thinking of doing like a secret garden or a fairy garden, and just kind of see what the people around me are doing so I can kind of mesh it all together. Now let's take a look at what we actually have to work with here. There are some really amazing builds around us already. Honestly, I feel like the hardest part of this challenge is going to be blending my build in with everybody else's. Especially since they're all different themes, I really want to make sure I'm able to connect my build to everyone else's to create that one cohesive island feel. All that being said, the first day of building on this island, I tried to mainly focus on pathways and laying everything out so that hopefully I could make it all cohesive as I went along, no matter what I added later. I tried making this cute little heart pond thing, but in the end it didn't really look quite right in the middle of everything, and I decided to change it to a more average pond later. Next, I added this cliffside, which I wanted to make sure that I didn't add cliffs on every single angle of it, even though I was trying to make it like a secret garden-ish thing, because I didn't want to block other creators as much as possible. This cliffside was unnecessarily difficult to make, and I genuinely don't even know why it took me so long, but half of these videos are just me trying to get this cliff to look how I want it to and have that mystical, magical feel without blocking everyone else. And after working on it for quite a while, I decided to explore some of the rest of the island, as some of the people's builds were done or almost done, and oh my gosh, are they stunning. Like, someone even built a pirate ship, which is so cool, and I still do not know how they did that. Mad props to you, because that's amazing. Okay, back to our build. I decided to make a little waterfall and kind of like a river going through it, and as I said earlier, the heart was not looking right, so I decided to make it into a regular pond as well. Then I made sure to start on all of the pathways, as I really feel like they kind of bring the build together and kind of makes me see more of the vision that I was going for originally, especially after working on the little hillside mountain thing for so long. Okay, now that we've gotten most of the pathways done, and we have the little waterfall and mountain-esque area, probably more like a hill, and that is where I stopped after the first day of building my part of the 20-acre island challenge. And I can't wait to show you all more, so let's go on to the next day. The next time I logged on, there were even more builds that were nearing completion or already complete, and I was absolutely blown away by how incredibly detailed everything was. Like, this is amazing. The talent here is incredible. Okay, I'm trying not to get too sidetracked here. Let's get back to my build and let's continue. Before we continue my build, it looks like the person above mine finished their build or is almost finished, and it looks fantastic. And I love that it's farm core because I think it'll really blend in with mine really well. So let's continue. First things first, we have got to finish this pathway, and hopefully we'll be able to add in some flowers and some of the actual garden part of this build this time, but we'll see if we get to that. Yeah, definitely won't be able to add any flowers or anything, as this day I only had maybe 10 minutes or less to actually be on the island and building things, as I had to leave to go somewhere else that same day, so I was just trying to get a little bit of time in to work on this build. Before we go back to finishing my garden core part of the island, I decided to take a little walk around and see what some of the other builders were doing. And oh my gosh, they're all absolutely stunning. Like, just look how cool these are! I could just walk around this island forever and be totally happy. Also, as a side note, I definitely need to make a meadowcore island because look how gorgeous this is! Okay, enough getting sidetracked, let's go finish our build. The next time I was able to come to the island and continue to build, I decided it was time we added all of the flowers and the little details. Getting to make everything all rainbow and sparkly and really try to make it as magical as I possibly could was so much fun. And throughout this entire process of trying to add things in, just really trying to coordinate with the other builders and blend it in as seamlessly as I possibly could. Now that all of the flowers and plants and little objects here and there are placed, I actually decided to make my own little secret garden key custom design because I really hadn't seen it anywhere else when I was looking for it. So this is my attempt at it. It's definitely not perfect, but I think it looks like a key and kind of like the one from the secret garden. I don't currently have that key design saved anywhere, but if you would like to use it, feel free to copy the image above. I just decided to place it down 2 places at each of the entrances to the secret garden, just as a little nod to that. And with that, I think our secret garden, fairy garden, is done. This was such an incredibly fun build to make, and I feel so honored to be able to create alongside such incredibly gifted and talented creators. If you'd like to see a full tour of the island showcasing everyone's build, I highly recommend you go watch Lex Play's video here on YouTube, and I'll make sure to leave a link to that in the description below. Thank you again, Cozy Lukes, for letting me be a part of this 20-acre island challenge. I had the best time. I know this video is a little different to what I usually post, but I hope you all enjoyed it nonetheless. Thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully next weekend I'll have a new K-pop Demon Hunters scene to share with you all. Bye for now!